Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I got rid of that stupid outlet that was hanging down in this general vicinity. It wasn't attached to anything. I think the original homeowner had it wired up and it had a light box to it. So it was probably something to do with that. It was running off of the power for the lights. So I'm not sure why you would do that, but hey, it is what it is. Previous homeowner. We're gonna patch that right there. You can't see it because of the speaker. That up. Maybe some of that. And some of that too, but I'm going to leave I'm not going to actually mud that because it has the power for the, what do you call it, the four-way, sorry, not the four-way, the three-way. That's a different wiring. A friend of mine just asked me about how to wire up a four-way switch, so I explained that to them. That's an interesting one for another video. But I want to leave it so I can access this. I'll take that down later on in the future. When you're doing drywall work, you want to make sure your hole is clean. You want to get rid of any broken drywall, any debris, anything that's hanging down which would impede the patch itself. Then you want to brace all the way around the hole. That way when you install the drywall patch, everything is firm, because if it's not, it's going to crack, and nobody likes crack. So going forward, you clean it, you insert it, you firm it, and you go. So that is 23 and 14 3/4. Got a piece of drywall, very easy to do. You just grab it there, 14 3/4. As long as your blade's sharp, and mine isn't. You draw this down here, like so. Again, easier if your blade's sharp. And then we're gonna bring it up because I'm lazy. I don't want to bring it all the way down to the ground. So that's missing an edge there. That's what's messing me up. So that drywall is missing its edge. So we'll go back up here and do what we're actually gonna do. Because it's missing the edge, I'll just eyeball it. Then you want to cut it. Now if you have a sharp blade, you won't have this problem. But my blade is dull. And to fix that would be to put a new blade into it, or you just do that. You close your eyes, and or you can do this. That's it. Put that into a safe location, and then take your back side of this with your blade. You don't have to cut all of it, like so, and simple as the wrong way. Come on. There we go. Actually, it looks a little better than that, but hey, it's what TV's for. And we want that to be, so this was 14 3/4. I want this to be 23. Right there. And since the blade's somewhat sharp, still old, it's been in my bag for months. That's why she's all rusty. You see that this is a lot sharper this time around. And you break it, and then there you go, snap. Done! And that's what it's supposed to look like every time. So even if your piece isn't precisely cut, that's okay. A little bit of trimming, a little bit of more extra cutting, and you'll square it right up to fit it in tight. And who doesn't like a nice tight joint or a nice tight fit? This turned out to be perfect and has a great access panel. And there you have it. Looks way better than an open space. So, but I'm leaving it like this because I plan on doing some wiring later on for some switches, for, like I was saying, the sectors of my garage, because that's like, it's how it sounds cool. Computer, turn on sector 1. Computer, turn on sector 2. And I've done this not through switches, but outlets, smart outlets. Our next drywall patch will be that one, and it'll be a little bit simpler. We're basically going to cut a piece, we're going to put some bracing behind it, and then slap it all together, and we'll actually might even mud it. So now we're going to measure the hole, use a straight edge, and we're going to start to square it up. At this point, we'll put in the bracing, and then we'll go cut our piece. As I said before, having a nice square hole makes it a lot easier unless you cut the patch to fit said hole. So it's a circle for a pot light. That's completely different. But for this case, you want it square. So one of the tools you could have is a rasp. And let's see, yep, you can see it. Use that instead of just cutting a little sliver off. Use this for doing body work too. But it'll allow you to get that little 1/16 of an inch off, and then she'll fit. Oh, there's a piece of drywall stuck there. Cut that and she'll be fine. There. So tight, she's just sitting there. Back to time lapse. We're checking each of the joints, make sure she's tight, fasten in place, and then we're going to mud it. That way, when we put the mesh tape on top, part of the work is already done for us. Once we find the mesh tape, that is. Then we have the mesh tape, we've mudded it, and now we need to find the seam on the mesh tape, which is really annoying. I just freaking bloody well cut it, stretched it, and cut it all into place. And sometimes you just have to do that, and then you mud it once more over. And that drywall patch, she's done. So that one's for an access. I'll patch that later, but there she's good. Very happy with that. And I'll patch this separately. It's the same deal as this, except it's a bigger patch. Not a big deal. Before we end it off, guys, I did want to go over some of the progress we got done today. Patch this here because we don't need to worry about that. I still haven't patched this piece, as you see in that, but I'll get to that later. What ended up happening is I went through and I got rid of the lights that were hanging down, the one that was hanging down there, and I got rid of all the extra electrical, and then whatever was left over, I reused that to go and install for this outlet here. And then we have another outlet freshly installed right there, and then yet another outlet installed right here. And then finally, in the middle of the center column, which I'll probably use most, as you see there, it's pretty good. I can unplug that. And all those were done so that you can plug into whatever you want. And if there's not an outlet where you have to find and stretch or wherever. Along the wall, got a whole bunch of outlets. And then underneath here, I plan on putting at least two more outlets. The charging station that I did already is already in use, charging up the battery. I'm gonna go to the battery booster. I got 2 more batteries down there to be charged up. And then I've already started using this for the cordless tools. Very happy about that. All the levels are in place. That's gonna be mounted somewhere. And then I have a whole different idea for all this stuff here. That's gonna be changed around so that I have better access to it. And yeah, it pretty much catches you guys up for right now. So if any questions, comments, or concerns about drywall patching, let me know. Catch you back. Peace.